Melissa Barrera's horror movie success streak continues with Abigail. Since making the leap to Hollywood with the Starz drama Vida, Barrera has enjoyed a steady rise through the industry thanks in large part to her role as Sam Carpenter in 2022's Scream and its sequel, Scream 6. She has also lent her talent to other genre territory, including the movie adaptation of Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights and Netflix's survival drama Keep Breathing. In Abigail, Barrera stars as Joey, one of a group of 6 mercenaries hired to kidnap the 12-year-old daughter of a wealthy crime lord and tasked with watching her for 24 hours in an old mansion until the $50 million ransom comes in. As the night progresses, though, the group come to realize that the titular girl with an affinity for ballet is actually a centuries-old vampire, with the tables turned on them as she begins hunting them down one by one in a bloody rampage. Alongside Barrera, the ensemble Abigail cast includes Dan Stevens, Alicia Weir, Will Catlett, Catherine Newton, Kevin Durand, Angus Cloud, and Giancarlo Esposito. The horror movie reteams Barrera with Radio Silence duo Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli-Olpin after their work on the Scream sequels, with the script also being penned by frequent collaborator Guy Busick and the Hole in the Ground Stephen Shields. In honor of the movie's digital release, Screen Rant interviewed Melissa Barrera for Abigail, how her experience with the horror movie compared to the Scream sequels, the intentional ambiguity of its ending and scrapped alternate ending, a potential sequel, and her ongoing friendship with star Jenna Ortega. With the movie taking its own original path than the rules-driven Scream franchise, Barrera found her experience in Abigail to be a lot more fun with its creative freedom. In looking at its unique blend of horror and comedy, she not only praises her co-stars for leaning into the wilder side of its concept, but even recalled feeling lost initially about whether it would be a serious movie or a humorous one. The action sequences in the movie were one of the biggest differences Barrera saw between her experience with the Scream franchise, citing her work with the stunt team on Abigail as another reason why she hopes to star in an action-focused movie in the future. After watching many of her cohorts killed by the titular vampire ballerina, the Abigail ending sees a unique twist as she and Joey team up to take down the turned Frank before he can similarly turn the latter and use his powers for horrific means. Following a brutal fight in which they are victorious, Abigail's mysterious father finally arrives, with the daughter preventing him from feeding on Joey and letting her leave to be reunited with her son. In the movie's final moments, Joey gets in the van the group drove to the mansion in, looking at her phone and smiling as she puts it to her ear, seemingly indicating that she received a voicemail from her son after leaving him an emotional message before the fight, only to then put the phone down and start the van. When asked about this moment, Barrera confirms it was left intentionally vague, though also reveals there was an alternate ending in which she did call him, and he answered, though she felt it was unnecessary. Prior to the movie's release, Barrera had expressed her interest in making an Abigail 2, even pitching her own idea in which Joey becomes a vampire and tries to hunt down the titular character, only for them to again join up to face a new clan of vampires. Though still very keen on re-teaming with Radio Silence and open to a potential sequel, she's a little more wary to jump right on board for a follow-up. She does, however, have one hopeful thought about re-teaming with Radio Silence in the future, as she expresses her desire to work with Reddy or not star Samara Weaving in a proper capacity after not sharing any screen time in Scream 6. Prior to the movie's release, Barrera was infamously fired from Scream 7 due to social media posts regarding the Israel-Hamas war. The months since have seen the majority of the franchise's cast voice their support for Barrera and expressing disappointment in the studio for her decision. On-screen sister Jenna Ortega later left the sequel over a reported pay dispute, putting plans into a complete turnaround. Reflecting on the experience, Barrera expresses her gratitude to Ortega for her super sweet support during the situation, while also humorously acknowledging one bump in their friendship. After a group of would-be criminals kidnap the 12-year-old ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure, all they have to do to collect a $50 million ransom is watch the girl overnight. In an isolated mansion, the captors start to dwindle, one by one, and they discover, to their mounting horror, that they're locked inside with no normal little girl. Thanks for watching.